Hello everyone, welcome to April and the show that compiles all of your favorite events in aerospace into one convenient video. My name is Declan and this is Space Events. Starlink is a low-latency, high-speed internet constellation made by SpaceX that they've been putting up into low Earth orbit in batches of 60 on top of the workhorse two-stage Falcon 9 rocket since 2019. Over the past few months, SpaceX has drastically increased the launch cadence for these satellites. There are possibly 3 Starlink launches in April. The boosters for these missions will land downrange on an autonomous spaceport drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean. The first Starlink launch of the month, which will launch on April 7th, entitled Starlink Launch 23, will launch from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. There will be crew within a Crew Dragon Capsule in April. On April 23rd, the crew that includes Shane Kimbrough, McArthur, Thomas Pesquet, and Akihiko Hoshide will endure their mission to the International Space Station. This will be SpaceX's third crew mission, the first of 2021, and will launch on top of a Falcon 9 within the Crew Dragon Capsule from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The booster for this mission will land downrange on an autonomous spaceport drone ship. Starship, the new crazy reusable launch vehicle being developed by SpaceX in Starbase, Texas, new name by the way, will continue its crazy development process this month. Let's catch up on some recent Starship events that happened in March to be able to look forward to the future Starship events. Starship SN10 launched on March 3rd and went to 10 kilometers for its high altitude flight test. It looked really good. It made it farther than any Starship has made before. But its downfall was created because it came down too fast, landed, and crushed the landing legs and landed on the skirt. This was because the Raptor engines had low thrust because it was being injected with helium, which the Raptor engine runs on methane, because the header tank is pressurized by helium. Due to the hard touchdown, SN10 exploded a few minutes after touchdown. So the first one to land it, but not the first one to survive. Helium pressurization was added to Starship's tanks after the low header tank pressure issue that led to the downfall of SN8. Elon Musk says that adding helium to pressurize the tanks was not a good idea and that they will be working to go back to autogenous pressurization, also known as pressurizing the tank with gaseous methane. On to the second Starship test of the month, first time that 2 Starship tests have happened in the same month. SN11 launched on March 30th at 8 a.m. in the densest fog a Starship has ever taken off in. This is why there's not much to talk about in this mission. We couldn't see it at all. Of course, fog won't cause a rocket to explode, but it would be really cool to see it. Starship SN11 rutted, or rapidly unscheduled disassembled, right at engine relight, and all the cameras on Starship cut out, and other live streams like Everyday Astronauts and NASA Space Flights and Lab Padres all recorded falling debris coming straight for their cameras. Raptor engine number 2 had problems on ascent and never reached operational chamber pressure on engine relight, and a significant event happened at engine relight for the flip and burn maneuver to be able to land on the landing pad. Right when all the cameras cut out, it looked like the Raptor engines were starting to gimbal to be able to perform the landing burn. One of the engines looked like it was not gimbaling, and then everything cut out with a lot of smoke and vapors filling the skirt. RIP SN11, the ghost Starship, I guess. Starship SN15 is the next iteration of Starship that will head out to the launch pad. Starship SN15 is at the high bay in Starbase, getting its nose cone and aero surfaces. When these procedures are done, it'll head out to the launch pad to perform a similar test to SN11, 10, 9, and 8, but hopefully be the first one to land it and survive. SN10 landed, but SN15 will be hopefully the first one to survive. People are confident SN15 will be the first one to land and survive because SN15 has major design upgrades from SN8 to 11. That is why they skipped SN12 through 14 because SN15 has so many different design upgrades, as said by Elon Musk on Twitter. United Launch Alliance on April 26th, NROL 82 is a classified mission for the US National Reconnaissance Office. It'll launch on top of a 3-quart Delta IV Heavy from Space Launch Complex 6 at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. Because this is a government mission, we don't know much about it. This will be ULA's 31st mission for the NRO, the 143rd mission in ULA's history, and the first mission of 2021. On to NASA. When the Perseverance rover landed on Mars on February 18th, it brought a friend, the helicopter Ingenuity. Ingenuity was held underneath Perseverance and was deployed at the end of March. The Martian helicopter's first flight will be on April 11th, and it'll fly to about 10 feet, hover there for about 30 seconds, and then touch back down on the Martian surface. This is so NASA can look at the data and determine Ingenuity's future test flights. Now it's on to our favorite segment, moon time. The new moon for the month of April is on the 11th, and the full moon is on the 26th. Thank you everyone for watching Space Events, and I'll see you next month.